Good evening, everyone. Thank you for showing up. There will be others joining me in a short while. I sent the link out in case they wanted to jump on. But until then, you get my pretty face, and you might get Pixel Mara, you might get Frozen Mara, you might get God knows what, because my internet decides when it wants to work and when it doesn't want to work. And until Verizon gives me a straight answer on when they are going to send technicians into residences to upgrade internets and fix internets, fix routers, and so forth, I'm basically at the mercy of my crappy internet right now. But until others join me for a little bit of roasting of Sony and talking about Batman again, because apparently people decided to chime into the conversation yesterday on Twitter, not knowing what, in fact. Oh, speaking speaking of the devil, hey Steph.
The devil.
Yeah, I was just bringing up our little experience on Twitter yesterday with people saying, but Michael Keaton wasn't big.
I really hate that they were comparing Michael Keaton just because he's the smallest Batman. And you know what I discovered since then?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Would you like to know what I've discovered since then? Okay, so hold on. I gotta pull it up on my phone.
All right.
Because I was like, I need to do just a fair bit of digging because it's just can't be true. Okay. Let me see. Where's that? So Michael Keaton trained for only 2 months in preparation for the very first Batman film. And the reason being is because he was cast. Oh, and he trained with his stunt double. And he did, let me see, he did he trained for 2 months, building himself up to heavy and constrictive costume, doing kickboxing and British martial arts.
That's cool.
So we only get a glimpse of like what his body looked like in that scene where he's upside down. That's it. Most of his stunts in the first movie were filmed by his stunt double. Most of them were. There was a scene that was cut out that was him. But the reason for that was because he didn't get a lot of time to prepare for the role. I'm trying to find where it says it.
I'm going to say hello to the chat in just a little bit, so I haven't forgotten you guys. Just letting you guys know.
Yeah. So he was in fairly average shape. Not bad shape, but not especially good either. Here it says his casting was announced in July of 1988 and filming commenced in October. By contrast, Christian Bale had 6 months to prepare for the role. So he didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
The first Batman movie. And that's unfair. It is completely unfair to compare Michael Keaton to Robert Pattinson, considering Robert Pattinson is now getting extra time
oh god
to prepare for this role. So he has been given extra time to prepare for this role. For his second movie, though, Michael Keaton went in. He went in to prepare for the role, and that's where this picture comes from. That there's a photo that people have been posting. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? That photo? Have you seen that photo?
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter.
So people have been posting that photo on Twitter, like, "Oh, look at this." That's after Batman Returns because he did go off and train for that one. He had more time to prepare for Batman Returns than he had for the first film. So since production was based in LA, which is closer to where he lived at the time, he was able to more effectively coordinate his training before filming commenced. So he did train.
Yeah, he trained.
He again trained with his kickboxing instructor and his stunt double, just like he did in the first film.
I have more to say about this.
Oh, he didn't show off his physique, but you can see it in like a Saturday Night Live sketch or something like that. But yeah, and so David Lay, I don't know how to say his name. David Lee or Lay, whichever one it says.
How's
But
it spelled?
he's his kickboxing instructor and his stunt double. He said that Michael was an incredibly fast learner on the first Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And by now, so when he started to train with him the second time around, there was little that he really needed to teach him. And he wanted to go hard in on training for the second Batman film because he wanted to do most of his own stunts in the second film.
That's when like men were men, pretty much.
So he did do a fair stunts himself. There wasn't a lot of. Let me see. It says his stunt double did return in the second movie, but Keaton still performed in fight sequences in Batman Returns. So I mean, geez, come on now.
Yeah, well, I have more to say on that.
Put in the work. It's just so dumb. So I was just like, they keep comparing him to Michael Keaton, and I was like, just wondering because who really knows? Who knows what? But I had to go in and find some information. I was like, did he or did he not train? Someone has to have said something, and his stunt double did.
Yeah,
he did say
I have
some
more
stuff.
to say on that. I have more to say on that because there were other comments I saw with people kind of commenting on the situation with Robert Pattinson complaining about working out. But I just want to say hello to the chat and then.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't know you just started. I thought you were already like going in.
We'll talk more about Batman, and I want to also talk about Sony for a bit because I know you've probably heard by now that heel versus babyface is now. Sony wants to take him to court.
What? Shut up! I did not see that. Oh my god! You say hi to the chat. Let me go and watch his video for a bit.
Okay. So from the top, Apollo Patriot, hail Greek mythology, yes, and he loves his blue Twi'lek women. I prefer red, but that's just me. Same with the Oz. Red Twi'leks are better. Just saying. Good evening. Thank you for showing up. Nev Champion, always a pleasure to see you. Orange Hat Reviews, how are we all? I'm laid up in bed in some real pain after some major outside work. I hate outside work, so I feel your pain right now, but hope you're relaxing and hoping you're going to enjoy this live stream because we're going to kind of roast a little bit Robert Pattinson, even though I'm hoping he does a good job as Batman, and Sony in this situation. We all know what that situation is. Alex Rogan's Ghost, I really love that name because I loved watching The Last Starfighter growing up, so thank you for showing up. Duran, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, Jones, he likes the Catwoman part of the image that I put onto the thumbnail because I put Poison Ivy, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn, the Gotham City Sirens.
Yeah,
so
I saw the sirens.
So, let's see. And speak of the Trinity for the Gotham City Sirens. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure.
Sorry, it was a black screen. Yeah, hi. Hello.
I said, speaking of, we now have the 3 Gotham City Sirens on here. So
yeah, in my giant oversized Aquaman t-shirt.
Well, I'm wearing my Zack Snyder Justice League. It got cold here.
Joker shirt.
Hey, we're all DC. We didn't plan this, guys, I swear.
Okay. Sith Lord, thank you for showing up. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Long time no see. Where have you been?
And I'm not saying that comment lethal, but thank you for showing.
I will. Fat titties.
Go ahead. Trey Courtney, thank
Definitely
you.
talking about you guys.
Watch her be late. I was like 30 seconds late because I was waiting for them because I shot the link out to our chat. So I wanted to give them a little bit of time. So, screw you, pretty much. Star Woman, no.
You guys get wine tugs today because it's my Friday.
Oh, that's good. Sultan, Al Fahim.
I'm drinking rum and coke.
Ooh.
I'm not drinking. I'm saving the alcohol for tomorrow, even though I'm mentally exhausted right now.
This is my second one already.
Oh boy.
Jeremy 5, Russia approved. Hail Mara, thank you for showing up. I like being to your internet got corona. My internet just sucks overall.
Yeah.
Pretty sure the corona got it pretty much. Lost Jedi 20.
YouTube got the corona.
What?
I said YouTube got the beer bug earlier.
Yeah. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to do my live stream because I'm hearing like YouTube crash and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, it went down right after Park Hoppin' streamed. Oopsies.
Lost Jedi 22. I love that GIF you made. I saved it. I'm using it as my favorite GIF.
The one of Little Lethal.
Oh.
And he's all happy and smiley.
Yeah. That was so
Oh.
adorable on his live stream when he imitated that. I think it was like a Fox super sticker that he got. Silent woman equals best woman? No. Batfleck for life? Yes. Well, Batfleck is in my top 3. I have a nostalgia for Michael Keaton's Batman, and I love Mark Hamill's, but like right there is
Mark Hamill's
Joker from yeah, like from
I thought you meant like in just Batman.
Yeah, I thought you meant
Batman.
Batman. I was like, wait.
Sorry,
I thought you were rating Batman.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, the in the Batman the Animated Series, that Batman, the one with Mark Hamill's Jokers. That's what I meant to say. Sorry.
Kevin Conroy's Batman is the perfect Batman, honestly.
And how about Lethal? What? Michael Brent, DC, Disney, Warner Brothers, and Lucasfilm don't know about good. Yeah, they don't know. Well, I mean, Warner Brothers they have their moments. But Disney and Lucasfilm, basically, you
Warner Brothers don't know how to stay out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with Warner Brothers, too, is they got so excited about trying to be so different from Marvel that they forgot some considerations in doing so, and it backfired on them. And now they're almost trying to be too much like Marvel. But then they want to go back. It's like, guys, middle ground.
Well, like
Okay.
it's like what I said. Regardless of what you thought of Zack Snyder's vision, let him finish the vision and then reboot. You had the Flash now established, did Flashpoint, and had 2 multiverses, like cinematic multiverses, pretty much. That's what they could have done. Simple.
You could have done that. That's true. I'll even agree with that one. And y'all know how I feel about the whole thing. So
I'm saying, like, no matter how you feel about it, it would have been okay, one timeline and then a separate timeline. Kind of like how I'm looking at the Disney canon for Star Wars versus the EU canon. Separate timelines. I prefer the EU sort of situation. Like, to me, that's a different timeline.
Speaking of Star Wars, before I came up here, as I was pouring my lovely glass of wine, my roommate was like, so I watched Star Wars last night. And I said, I'm sorry. I was like, which one did you watch? And he goes, the new one. I said, and? He goes, movie is freaking dumb. And he's not even a, like, he couldn't
a hardcore fan. He's just like a normie.
Casual. Yeah, he's a super casual person. Like, he knows nothing. He even was like, bruh. He goes, you know what made me really mad? Was the fact that there was no lightsaber battles. Like, it was just a bunch of kids swinging sticks.
Oh my god. I love that.
Boom! I like your roommate now.
Yeah.
Yay. My cousin said the exact same thing. We were fucking at a bar drinking. And we were talking Star Wars. Fucking nerds. Oh my god. But yeah, we were at a bar talking Star Wars. He hated it. He hates it.
Yeah, he was not happy. And he's a normie. Like, he's as normie as they can. He was like,
he didn't understand. He was just like, why do they do that?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Jared, thank you for stopping by. Raging Rhino, thank you. So I don't know if I'm going to do the Aussie flag bikini beforehand because my parents were talking about going up. Okay. Point of reference. I'm going to be in Nice Sunday into Monday because they're going to induce my sister-in-law's labor. So I'm going to be Nice. So I'm going to be Nice, depending on when she gives birth. It's going to be Sunday or Monday. And my parents don't know. My mom doesn't know if she can wait until August for the baptism because that's when the baptism was originally set. So they're talking about possibly going up a little bit earlier than that. So who knows? I might be able to go on twice on the Full Aussie show. I'm not saying I can. Just not saying I can, but they were talking about it tonight. So I'm like, well, just let me know. I can't go because I have to stay back because my dog injured her back last August, so she can't be boarded. So, yeah, so I had to stay back with my dog. Pets
are both the bane of my existence and the loves of my life. And I really it's a lie. It's a line.
Yeah. Jedi Padawan Tano, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And one more. Well, hold on. Send Mara.
Send Mara to Australia.
Yes.
Do it.
Come get in here. Add to the
Ryan.
group. Yeah.
Where are you at?
Where you at?
Nathan Cole, thank you. Yes, I'm going to be an aunt for the first time. It's going to be a niece. A niece. It's a girl. I'm not going to say her name because, like, for kind of luck, I'm a little superstitious. So until the birth happens, and I'm not going to say her name. I know what her name's going to be.
Her gender. How dare you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Darkspawn, the DCEU should have been the DCAU in live action, and it should have been directed, coordinated, written by Bruce Timm and Paul.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you for the
congratulations. Sorry for the.
Thank you, Geek Blend. Thank you all for showing up. I appreciate it on a kind of last minute decision on my part for a Thursday live stream. Ryan, he's starting laundry. Such a woman. So I guess he'll be here in a little bit.
What a good housewife.
Yeah.
Ew, what did you just do?
Mara, did you saw?
I don't think you muted yourself,
That's okay.
Apparently, I guess. Well, okay, was Drunk's Feet in the park hopping premiere video? Because I was out running errands when he premiered.
I have no idea.
Apollo's like, did you see Drunk's Feet? They are really.
Oh my god! Okay, but Apollo though, you cut out his freaking calves, Apollo. That was the best part. What are you doing?
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh my god!
And even the Oz is like.
That's what he's gonna say. That's what he's gonna start saying on every single drunk live stream. Jay's feet are real.
Yeah.
I love Apollo. It's so funny.
Congrats, Laura. I became an uncle about a year and a month ago. So, oh my, yep. It is like surreal that like now I'm going to have aunt before my name, pretty much.
Oh my gosh!
I know it's so much fun. I'm an
aunt to four. Wait, how many of them are there? Kyler, and 4 nieces. I pray for you.
You have 4 nieces?
Yeah. Wait, is there 4 of them? Kyler, Taryn, Taters.
Yeah,
Tatum.
I have a ton.
She's
I have a ton. My brothers are crazy. So let me see. I have I have 4 nieces and 4 nephews.
I have 0 nephews. I have all nieces. And when the last one was born, we were joking with my brother-in-law. It was like, watch, you have a boy now, blah, 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 blah. And then he was like, I hope I don't have a boy. I don't know what to do with a boy. I've raised all girls. Like, how do you even boy? And I'm like, you are a boy.
That's what I would say. You were a boy once.
Oh my God.
Like, how are you a boy? How's your mom raised you?
Yeah. Ask your mom for some advice.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love all my nieces.
Actually, I've contemplated if I ever have a daughter naming.
I love that.
Really? Yeah. Do you have a favorite niece, Tugs? Do you have a favorite? You don't? I have a favorite.
Do you? You're supposed to have a favorite.
Oh, I have a favorite.
Honestly, all 4 of them are so different. It's disgusting. But I can't pick a favorite because they all have completely different personalities. So when I'm tired with one, I just go to another one for a different personality.
It's like going to a class. It's like, okay, well,
the oldest just turned 17.
Oh wow!
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, 17. She'll be 18 soon. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Crazy. I'm old.
Most of them are still in elementary. There's one in high school, but she's just like a freshman. Yeah.
Crazy.
The rest of them are still in elementary.
So
I am Apollo. I am. I see you.
Despite the borders of the DCEU, I have more interest in future flicks in the MCU. I'm pretty much there as well.
Yep.
I have more interest.
I will full disclosure probably be watching Eternals, but that's because Kit Harington and Richard Madden.
Don't even care.
Yeah. I mean, like no one
not a care in the world.
Discount Tuesday for like $5. I might go on a discount Tuesday. Otherwise, I won't watch it.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a discount Tuesday, I could like I could like basically like.
I have to
that.
see reviews first. I'll see
I-
trailer and then review.
No, like give me my Stark boys.
No.
Give me them.
No.
Yes.
No. I will not watch. No.
I was just knowing what I know, how they changed some of the characters, and I know like what they're just gonna. I mean, was never into the Eternals, but I'm like, okay, first off, okay, like riddle me this: one of the original characters in the Eternals was Asian already, an Asian man, and they made him an Indian man in the movie.
Oh, is that what's his Kumar?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Who got ripped, by the way, Robert Pattinson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Just saying.
I'm continue that conversation, but I was just telling Steph like real fast now that I've caught up with the chat is that you heard that did you see heel versus babyface tweets? Like Sony, or I'll share my screen.
Yeah.
No, I have not been on Twitter.
This is a tweet. This is a tweet from yesterday.
Oh.
Here it is.
I'm like eating on stream. Sorry, guys.
Oh shoot! Hold on.
Oh, I want to eat.
Let me find it again. Sorry. I don't want to. I just
I
realized.
have little snacks. Yeah.
And so apparently, this is a tweet from yesterday that Sony wants to take him to court.
Sony?
Yeah.
Over
his video.
Too low too?
I'm pretty sure over his video. Okay, here it is. I found the tweet. All right. And did you finish your laundry?
Ryan.
Well, I started it. So I got to wash first.
Look at all that hair.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's insecure. He's gonna go off camera.
No, I want to play with it.
Go like this.
I do. Oh.
Well, that's what I kind of feel like with when Lethal's hair was long. It's like, oh, I want to play with it.
Oh my gosh, I remember Puppy Lethal.
But anyway, here's the tweet from yesterday. He says, okay, folks, we're in interesting territory now. Sony want to go to court over the copyright claims they have on my video. So tomorrow I will be consulting with my solicitor to discuss my next course of action. So that was today. So I haven't seen any updates just yet. But
so he put out a video yesterday about so essentially what Az's situation is right now is he has two copyright claims on his video. The copyright strike, just like Lethal's, was dropped. And just like Mr. H Reviews was dropped. I don't know if it happened. This is my working theory. I think it happened faster for them because they are outside of the United States. I think that it might be different people that handle those different reviews. That's the only thing that makes sense to me because Mr. H, Az, and Lethal's they all got the same email about the improper filling out of the copyright from Musso. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But anyway, so he has two claims against that video, both from Sony in one way, shape, or form. And he filled out a thing that says, I don't think that this should have been copyrighted. Please, Sony, look at this. I feel like it's fair use. And Sony had a little bit of time to respond to that. They said, no, we think that it should still be down. We still have a claim to this video. What that does is forces Az to, if he hits appeal on that decision, then they have 30 days to decide whether they're going to take him to court, much like ours, Mara, where we're kind of already in that position where we're waiting that 10 to 14 business days to see if they're going to take us to court. So that's essentially where the ball is right now for Az.
Oh, okay.
Part of me is wants to say that they're going to drag their feet. Like I didn't see the video before it was copyright claimed, but this is putting them into the position now with the 30 days that's going to be close to when the release of the game. So it's like they're dragging their feet as much as possible for certain people.
Yeah, for sure.
That's basically what he was saying in his video was that, right now, 30 days from now would be June 14th, so June 14th would be, 5 days before the release of The Last of Us. And they say a similar thing happened to Just Some Guy. So Just Some Guy had a strike that got taken away. And then 15 hours later, Sony put a claim on it and took the video back down. He's in the same situation, would have to wait, over 30 days before that would actually get resolved.
They're going to wait until the game gets released. They're going to keep it on there and keep them down. The game will get released and then they'll drop it. That's what I think.
Yep.
They're just doing it.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's what I told him.
Mhm.
Dude
This
with the
guy-
bushy
Me?
hair down there.
With the
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's pretty. I want to play with it. I want to braid it.
Yeah.
It's so long. Look at it.
I know we can braid. We can do tiny braids. We can cornrow it.
Oh wow, that looks like a Justin Bieber hair flip right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Baby,
Do Superman curl.
baby.
Do Superman curl. Curl it.
Oh my god.
There you go.
There you go.
That's
Wow, that
Tobey
is
Maguire in Spider-Man 3, but I'll let it slide. That's okay. Love you.
Emo
I
Ryan.
can cancel Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you know what was on last night? Speaking of on the TV, and I haven't watched it in forever, was Spider-Man 2.
You're
What a
watching regular TV.
I love that
I
one.
was like a weirdo. I don't know.
Yeah, you're looking at my like DMs. Maybe it is.
You
Maybe it
snooper. It's for me, actually. I sent her a photo.
Okay. um.
Oh no, Apollo wants to zoom on Ryan.
Oh, no.
No.
Don't zoom on Ryan.
Tall, Dark, and Gruesome is quartering. Said he'd fund him going to court. So yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, like I said, like I doubt very seriously. I mean, if it ends up going to court, I will be genuinely surprised.
Mhm.
Genuinely surprised if they do. But it looks like 30 days, real close to the release date. They're going to drag it out as long as they can.
Yeah.
So the thing, the only reason I could see realistically taking a corporation like this to court is if you can prove your loss, right?
Yeah.
It would take a big channel to go down for it to be worth that.
Mhm.
And like for me, right, the ad revenue on those videos was like, I don't know, probably like 10 fucking bucks total for those 2 videos they struck. And it's not really causing me any other damages.
Mhm.
So a channel like Jeremy's, he could justify some damages because he can't live stream, right?
Yeah.
So you can go back and look at his last couple months of income just based on strictly live streaming, and you could make a case for that. But I think it'd have to be somebody a lot bigger, and maybe for the channel to get fucking blown up or something. Now, what if my channel got blown up and I could be like, well, I had 10,000 subs in just the first 9 months of my channel. I feel like I would have had this much throughout the rest of my life from this channel. I could have grown it to this. Then you're getting into some really theoretical arguments.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just not worth it for them, honestly.
Right.
You know? And the Oz is saying, in the email I got from my DMCA, you could see they were tracking us down by the hashtag we were using.
You know what? I was wondering about that. When Jeremy started that, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
And
think
then
I tweeted
got
fuck
flagged.
Naughty
The
Dog.
little people too.
I think I tweeted fuck Naughty Dog first. I feel like I claim ownership
Was
of
it
the
you?
fuck Naughty Dog tweet. Yeah.
It
I should have
took off.
trademarked it.
Like, even though the littler channels were starting to do it. People who didn't have channels were starting. I was like, oh boy, here we go. This is
Yeah.
gonna get in trouble real quick. That would make sense, actually.
Mm-hmm. And like, I feel like around the time that I made my video, they probably were having someone like literally watching YouTube see,
Oh yeah,
because
absolutely.
it was quick from my
Yeah.
video. And I was like, that's no. And then I got the email saying it's unclear. I'm like mother effers, did you not watch the very video and the link that you provided? Like this from like the YouTube that I got, so I had to resubmit the counterclaim again. So now just a waiting game at this point.
They didn't watch the videos because, I mean, Jeremy's didn't even have any footage in it. He just was talking trash.
Yeah.
So they were obviously flagging keywords, is what it was.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this keyword popped up. Let me hit that. Oh, this keyword popped up. Let me hit that.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are tweeting this hashtag.
I don't know. So I'm gonna look up a video and send it to you guys in the private chat. I don't want you to share it or say who it's from, like whose it is. But there's a video out there that has all the leaks in more details than I gave in any of my stuff, and it is still up there. It has like 350,000 views.
Oh.
And I don't know how that didn't get hit. So it's very puzzling to me.
And Muso is claiming people's video titles. I don't think they watch anything. Because my title was just Sony added again, or Sony Naughty Dog added again. That's it. Nothing about the leaks or anything. I was talking about them false copyright striking channels, and ironically got copyright struck on that video. So
stupid.
But yeah. So like that's the situation that like heel versus babyface is finding himself in. Just some guys finding himself in. Apparently now quartering is finding himself in.
It looks like quarterings were on like
I think so. Like
Twitter.
Copyright, yeah. You got me, Neff Champion. I don't know how that one would still be up, considering that it actually has the leaks, whereas my video and others' videos did not have any leaks in them at all. The only mention of the leaks were to say the leaks, pretty much.
Orange Hat, DMCA means Digital Millennium Copyright Act. I believe it's the law they're like referring to to be able to take down the content.
So yeah, so that's.
Oh, I've seen this video.
That's what Muso is. That's what they are doing.
That could have been my video on Gaming with Geeks if it hadn't got struck. It had good legs.
Yeah.
Just like Apollo Patriots memes.
What's going on?
But
That's interesting. I wonder why it hasn't come down.
I don't know. It's the same article that I used on all my shit. It has all the same images. He's not as like visceral, like upset, you know, like he's just a little more calmly talking about it. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
But do you guys notice that there's advertisements at the bottom of this?
The video I just sent?
Yeah. If you pull it up, there's an advertisement for the Last of Us 2.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right.
did you put it in the group? You put it in.
No, it's in the private chat.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, that's funny that there's an ad for The Last of Us 2. That's hilarious,
Yeah.
actually.
Interesting.
I wonder
I wonder if you did that. Can you do that? No, right?
No, you don't get to choose who puts ads on it.
No.
Okay.
Remember, because a lot of times we have like things bashing Disney, but since it says Disney, they put like a Bob Iger like speech, like Toastmasters thing, or like a Disney Parks something. That'll be in our videos sometimes. I have YouTube Premium, so I never see ads. So I don't, unless I'm accidentally logged into another one.
Yeah, same.
Kathleen Kennedy is the answer to that question.
Well, it says which. Well, I mean, okay. Right now, I have a little bias against Naughty Dog considering my situation.
Yeah,
so I would say, I don't know. Like Disney and Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm go hand in hand, pretty much.
Yeah, but Disney is more than Lucasfilm. Like as
I'll say Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy go hand in hand. So I won't say like necessarily Disney entirely, although Bob Iger should have been a man and stepped in when shit was going down. Yeah. When the shit was going down. I'll just say that. But for me, bias aside, Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, because they destroyed like 40 years of legacy for Nintendo. So
yep.
Warner Brothers, they just need to get their shit together.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Get your shit together.
Like pick a timeline and stick with it at this point.
Hate is a strong word. Do not hate.
Oh,
I fucking do.
I'm just kidding.
I hate.
I want to say Kathleen Kennedy.
This girl here. Come on now.
I want to say Kathleen
the motherfucker
Kennedy.
who cuts me off in traffic. Of course I hate some of these motherfuckers. Hate's a strong word. That's why it needs to be used so fucking often.
I hate Kathleen Kennedy.
Clearly, I was being sarcastic.
I don't feel like the hate flow through you, Ryan, because I'm right there with you.
I hate Kathleen Kennedy.
Because Darkside Droid says there is someone with over 490,000 subs that blasted Naughty Dog last week over the leaks. He's not typically a video game commentator, though. Maybe that's why it didn't get noticed. Still up now. Well, neither am I, really. I mean, I only really started talking about it because the leaks were all over the place. Then I made a video about the release date, and then this shit started happening. So it's like,
yeah.
Was it before or after you used that hashtag, Mara?
You tell him the hashtag fuck Naughty Dog? Is that the one you're talking about? What hashtag?
Yeah. I mean,
That's
like, it was probably after the hashtag was being used, but they didn't get me on Twitter. They got me, I think they were watching YouTube to see any videos that could potentially be negative about Sony or Naughty Dog. And mine, like, title, even though it didn't exactly say anything about the leaks, just says Sony Naughty Dog at it again, which means that I was most likely critical of them in that video. So probably took me down then.
Fucking hair's all messed up now.
But
Get
Mac
over
had
it.
been-
You know, you look fabulous.
Get
Stop
over
Yeah.
it.
the hair.
No.
So if Warner Brothers created a subsidiary and put all their DC titles under it, they'd be off the hook. Not necessarily, no, because they'd still be calling the shots, at least, like kind of like how Disney is with Lucasfilm. So they wouldn't be completely off the hook in that regard.
When did Lost Jedi change his profile picture?
I was just wondering that. Oh my gosh.
But it had to have been,
Yeah, when did you change it?
today because he
You
was in,
changed it to Anakin.
yeah.
Yeah. When did you do that? Lost Jedi. I mean, Anakin is very much a Lost Jedi, so mad props for that. But
Mhm. Yeah.
Hmm.
The only good thing to come out of The Last of Us 2 was the Senator Arms.
Oh, there's been great memes. Go to the Last of Us 2 subreddit. They are based over there.
We changed it yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I don't forgive Warner Brothers for is giving us O-face Batman. Yes. In Justice
Gotta
League.
tell you, I'm super disappointed in the way Batman was handled in both of those movies, honestly.
So. Oh, drunk.
Something's
Not
definitely
in
bleeding.
here.
Hi,
Yeah,
Jay.
drink.
Hi,
Hello.
Jay. We miss you.
Jay was looking so fucking good in my shirt today. It was awesome.
That shirt looks dang good on him. I can't wait to get my teeth up. It's supposed to come Monday.
That's close I'm ever getting to a fucking theme park.
I'm gonna wear yours when I go to Florida in a couple of weeks. I'll wear yours.
Aw, I can go
Nice.
put mine on. The closest you'll ever get to being out of quarantine.
No.
God.
God dang.
Well, if you finish dinner before
He's at
I'm
Bubba
done.
Gumps, and I'm so jealous. He's eating all kinds of shrimp right now.
Yeah.
Have you all been to Bubba Gumps? Like any Bubba Gumps restaurant?
No.
Yeah, I have. The one
I
in
haven't
New
been-
York.
Wait, hold on. If there's any in my state, I don't know about it, but I haven't been other than deployment outside of my state much.
I think I've been to the one in Vegas too, actually.
Yes, we have one in Vegas. We went to the one in Hawaii, which is the original one, which is where in the movie they wanted to put it, and it's the best. I haven't been to the one here, so I don't know if it's the same, but I assume they're all the same. But they talk to you, like the waiters and waitresses talk to you in like Forrest Gump accents. And movie trivia, you literally will do movie trivia at the table. The waiter will come up to the table and ask you about the movie, and you answer. If you answer correctly, like you get a prize. But it's so much fun. The movie playing on the TVs in the restaurant. It's so much fun. It's cool.
Gross.
What is coming?
What's she choking on?
He said people are freaking out and it's hilarious.
Oh.
My God.
You know, like people like have to realize I cough because I have allergies, but people like treat me like I have the plague.
Mm-hmm. I sneezed. I went to Target last weekend. I walk into Target and I'm walking over to the front door. As soon as I get to the front door, achoo! And this lady was like,
It's just a sneeze,
Sorry.
yo. You know
Yeah.
what the proper reply is? Bless you.
yeah,
Yeah.
not to look at me
Run
like
away.
heads.
No,
People
What?
don't-
Is my makeup bad?
I feel like people stay away from me in general out in public or like at work or whatever.
They can feel your energy. They're
I
like,
think so.
You bet
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
It's off the feng shui of the room.
I found out. I mean, I'd have to look up the number, but you know how in New York they had that tip line that they had to take down because people were sending dick pics and
Yeah, they sent pictures of the fucking mayor jogging in the Central Park when he told no one else they could.
oh,
What up, dog?
but
Tug just
I
wearing her
found
Aquaman shirt.
I found out there was a similar tip line for people where I live for the governor.
oh, see
I'm
you later.
so tempted.
Dick
look
pic?
What? No, I'm so tempted to look up the number and send them pictures of my cat's balls.
That's why the one in New York was shut
Why
down.
didn't you tell me that as I'm taking a drink? Oh my God.
There you
Right.
go. Hey, twinsies.
Ryan, how crazy is that though? We were both at Comic-Con at the same time and didn't even know each other. Like how crazy
Oh,
is that?
wow.
That's true. They were throwing him out in the crowd.
I got mine at the booth, the DC booth. I just walked by and they're like, "Here, I have a shirt," and I was like, "Okay."
That's nice.
I didn't mean for Ryan's circle to be a proffer.
What?
It's crazy to me that we were all literally at Comic-Con like last year and the year before, last 2 years. Love you, drunk.
Bye, Jay. Don't get actually. Even if you get corona, you'll be fine. So I would say don't
do
get
it
it.
tomorrow. I'm so
It's okay.
tempted.
It's okay.
I had
It's
that
not
picture
what,
of
97% success rate or recovery rate.
Oh yeah, it has like a really high rate, and most people are asymptomatic if they even have anything. So it's like they don't even know they have it, and it goes away in a matter of like a week or so.
So the temperature check thing is just like,
yeah.
Hey, none of us are experts. None of us are doctors. Just be clear about that. However, but even the people that are experts and are doctors, your videos get taken off YouTube if you're not saying the thing that the media wants you to say.
My brother is a doctor. My brother is a doctor, and he's pissed off at how
I stayed in a Holiday Inn last night.
Yeah. So I'll say things like, my something that my brother says, which is what doctors are saying. My one brother's sister, or not one brother's girlfriend, sister-in-law, is works for UPMC. So basically, his girlfriend's sister-in-law works for UPMC in the infectious diseases. So she's kind of like an expert in infectious diseases.
what a smart
And,
lady.
yeah, and she's like, they've had to furlough people because they were anticipating like a high influx of cases.
Yep, same
Never
here.
materialized.
Mhm.
Never materialized.
Yep, we got a lot of nurses and doctors laid off too.
Yeah. My
Yep.
brother, like, he's a doctor on the eastern side of the states. Had to deal with like this situation. Got pissed off because they were telling people not to schedule elective surgeries, thinking like they would like meant something like a different thing. And he's like, no, that just means, like, he's trying to explain this to people. It's like, you're not letting me doctors do their jobs because on the off chance they might have the beer bug.
Yeah.
But in reality, the only ones that are really had any issues, at least from what I've seen so far, either were elderly, which is sad. Yes, I don't want them elderly to catch this, or those with underlying conditions. So I'm like, right. So now we're in a situation where now theme parks are finally opening up, but people are still freaking out. So, I'm going to get down to Disney World or Universal or something. Just have no time with school right now, or time to get away. So
Let me know where you're going. I'll plan my trip around you.
my plan is, hopefully, depending on when my student teaching / study abroad ends next year, because I put in my letter of commitment to the school, and that'll be for part of the spring semester. Depending on when I get back from there, before I start whatever job I have, if I have a job, I'd like to go in the summertime. So like kind of like a year from now, roughly.
Okay. Yeah.
My plan right now, unless anything changes.
Oh yeah. So Drunk 3PO's Fedora. Did you guys hear about Greta Thunberg?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's the
Being on
expert
the
now.
Yeah,
CNN
she's
task
such
force.
an expert.
Fuck that bitch. I'm trying to find the chart. I can't find it. I was really like heavily into all the COVID stuff when it first started, because right at the beginning of January, I saw this thing that was going on in China, and it felt like it was bigger than it really was. Nobody was talking about it. So I was like, hey, I even said, I don't know if you remember this, Tugs. I said in the Geeks and Gamers chat, I was like, hey, so there's this thing going on in China right now. It feels like no one's talking about it. I think it's going to be a big deal. And that it ended up being COVID. And now I feel like everyone's fucking freaking way the fuck out about it. And it looks honestly like it's been here forever. So there's an aircraft carrier that's been basically quarantined, Theodore Roosevelt. 60% of the people that tested positive on there are asymptomatic. Yeah. So people who are asymptomatic are not going to get tested for this thing. So they're not being counted in these numbers, because why would you go get tested if you're fucking asymptomatic? So all I'm saying is that this thing has been here a long ass time. If you look at the reported illnesses for December 2016, around 700,000 in America reported illnesses in the month of December. 2017, similar numbers. 2018, similar numbers. 2019, 1.7 million reported illnesses, over 1 million more. Yeah. And no one was dying. Nobody was freaking out. This thing's been around for a long time.
It's political at this point. Like it started out as, oh my God, what's going on? We're gonna flatten the curve, blah, blah, blah. And now it's political. I mean, look what's going on in LA County. Look at what's going on in Michigan. Governor Whitmer, misogyny. What?
That
What?
was so dumb.
It's
Yeah.
it's getting out of hand. And what's interesting is I saw a meme going around a couple days ago, and I thought it was funny, but then I was like, hang on, wait, what? It's a meme that it's going to Trey apps. Just prepare for it now. There's a meme going around. It's a photo of Woodstock.
Mhm.
Somebody at Woodstock, and like from the stage, everybody at Woodstock.
Mhm.
And it says Woodstock went on during a pandemic. Just no, and I was like, huh? So I googled it, and yeah, H3N3 was the name of the strain. It was a virus split off from influenza, just like this one. It killed mostly 65 years and older. It killed over 100,000 people, or contributed to 100,000 people in America alone, over 1 million worldwide, and nobody cared. Woodstock went on. Vietnam War didn't stop. It still went on. Just an FYI. I asked all the guys I work with at work are all older. They're all at least 60 or older. And I was like, hey, do you guys remember this? And they're like, no. And I was like, did the war stop? No.
No.
You remember anybody?
Life did not stop. Life did not stop. The coronavirus itself, like that family, has been around since the 60s. So this is basically like an offshoot of that. So yes, it's a new strain. Yes, we have not seen it yet. And yes, we need to come up with a vaccine to kind of combat it. But like when you said H1N1 happened, what did they do? They just stuck a bunch of sanitizers in buildings.
Yeah.
Put your hands.
Yeah,
I've got a question. So since I like have kids, I've been thinking about this. Fucking phone. I'm not someone who's like anti-vax and anything like that. Fuck. I usually don't have this on. But you know, with the inevitable rush that there's going to be to get a vaccine out there, like what if the schools are going to require you to get a COVID vaccine before you bring your kids back to school, and with a vaccine that's being rushed out like that, I don't know for something that's not a fucking risk to anything. I don't know how comfortable I would feel about it.
Well,
that's just something I've been rolling around.
Kids aren't a risk either, and there's been no proof. Which you can Google this, y'all. If you Google it, there's been no studies at all overseas. Mostly, they haven't started here yet, but there's been no studies that have shown that kids can transfer it. They don't get sick, for one, because they're young, and kids bounce back like crazy. So they haven't been getting sick in the first place. And when they do be exposed to people who have it, there has been no evidence that they carry it. You know what I mean? That they're what's the word I'm going for here? Transfer person. There's no evidence of that, because they're so little and because they're so resilient that it just like basically dies when it enters a kid, is basically what these studies are saying. So you're going to mandate this vaccine, which I won't be taking. Screw you. It's been how many months? They fast tracked it. I read an article the other day that was like, we started this January 14th, and by August, Dr. Fauci was like, we should be in phase 3 trials. You ever heard of a vaccine being?
I don't know. I'm fine with the flu vaccine. I got the flu vaccine. I take zinc. I take multivitamins. I'm good. I was ahead of the curve already. So
the flu shot doesn't even work 99% of the time. It's for last year's flu.
yeah. No, I'm saying it's like, it's like, if I get sick, I get sick. I'm like, what's the point?
It's crazy to me. I'm like, you're going to trust a guy who can't keep viruses out of his computer system to fund. Hello? No.
Steph's going to sleep. Steph's taking a nap because she doesn't want to talk about COVID.
Too fast. I don't.
But speaking of COVID, to segue off of COVID, 6 degrees of separation of COVID pretty much is now we're going to not so much necessarily roast Robert Pattinson, but we had a little debate yesterday because
did this thing blow up or what? Holy shit.
I'm like, but the people are like, Michael Keaton wasn't big as long as he embodies the character, because Batman is a detective. That's all that matters. Okay, fine. If all that matters is embodying the character, then Fat Thor should be canon. Seriously, Fat. It's Thor. It's Thor. Why does he need to get ripped?
He doesn't. He fought Thanos. He's all right.
Yeah, I'm saying it's like if all he has to do is embody the character, and that's still Thor, then Fat Thor is canon. Let's have Fat Thor comics. And all we were saying is that he took a role. We're not expecting him to be as big as Ben Affleck got for his role as Batman. And people were like blowing up about that and comparing him to Michael Keaton. And we're like, did you not watch the live stream? Did you not watch the live stream? We didn't talk about his acting. We did not talk about what that we don't think he'd be good as Batman or anything like that.
None of that.
We were talking about that. You take a role, you put the effort into the role, and who could have had the thought that this would screw up filming? He might have been done by now, but this screwed up filming. So guess what? Suck it up, Buttercup. Work out because you're still in the role.
And that's what people are commenting. It's just like it's somebody I happened to get in my notifications today and I didn't respond, but there's a meme going around with a young Robert Pattinson, like I think he's like 16 in the photo with that quote. And somebody was like, well, he's like 14 in this photo. I'm like, it has nothing to do with age. Like, I don't know why anybody made that meme in the first place. It doesn't matter. But that has nothing to do with it's the dedication to the roles. And all of his fans are like, well, he's very dedicated. Well, that's great. But he's not showing us he is. He's been doing research, but he hasn't been spotted reading any Batman comics. He hasn't talked about Batman comic books he's read. Whereas like Benedict Cumberbatch practically rained Doctor Strange comic books all over himself and was like, look at all the research I'm doing. I read everything. I read it from beginning to end, all of this stuff. James McAvoy went through all the X-Men comics, all of these things. You are showing no dedication to me. I've got nothing is here.
Well, and that was the weird thing about it, is because we hear from everyone how dedicated and how seriously he takes a lot of stuff. And to say something like that seems strange. You had a bunch of his fans, I guess, out there. He was trolling. He was making a joke. I don't see anything that tells me he was making a joke, but I don't know. I'd have to see more, I suppose. But like, and that was the thing. We weren't even like talking about how he looks right now. We barely talked about that at all.
No.
Mostly what we talked about was, just that fact. And to me, one of the things that is important as well is the fact that this film was delayed. And with the current state of Hollywood, this has not been good for them. This is not good for the studios. They're bleeding money right now. And when this thing is ready to start back up and filming, if this gets delayed an additional 4 to 6 weeks to allow Robert Pattinson to get back in shape, like that's a problem for the studio. And especially when you consider AMC, the biggest fucking movie theater chain in the world, is probably going to go bankrupt. They have 1,000. I mean, they have 1,000 theaters around the world. How many of those are in America? I'm not sure. I know there's only about 4,300 theaters or something like that in America based on what places open at. The big ones always open in about 43 to 4,400 theaters in America. So if you're talking about AMC has 500 of those, that's a huge chunk of change is now no longer there. And I just feel like if you're Warner Brothers, I would be concerned when my lead guy for the Batman, which I need to be fucking good, is saying something like that.
Yep.
Batman is in perfect. Like we're not expecting him to be like necessarily completely ripped or like swole like Ben Affleck thought.
You wouldn't hire him if that's how you wanted him to look. But
he has to be at least physically fit, and that would mean continuing working out because he has no idea when filming is going to resume at this point. Like right now, we're starting to move into yellow phases for a chunk of the United States. I'm not sure about Europe because they're filming in Europe, but as long as they have the guidelines.
What the fuck is yellow phase?
Once they have social distancing guidelines set up in Europe, they can commence filming.
Yeah, so that could be
the Batman, Fantastic Beasts, and one other movie. I don't remember which one.
Yeah, that could be
fucking flush that shit down the toilet.
Whatever.
You like those?
No, I fucking hate those. I'm just saying that's another fucking movie.
Yeah.
Jesus, are you drunk?
Fucking comes at me all aggressive all the time.
Well, I thought the way you said it, I was like, I said flush that shit down the toilet, and you're like, fuck you.
Fuck.
I wouldn't go that far, ABC, but thank you for.
You know what?
It.
Here's my problem with everything that Robert Pattinson said. Okay, we have his co-stars coming out, right? Yeah. There he goes. Fucking true.
Well, I No, I heard you talking. I came back.
Oh,
Go ahead.
aw.
I'm parasite for Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Got it.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at? My
Go.
problem is that we have his co-stars, right? What is his name? Andy Serkis.
Mhm.
He's coming out and he's, just praising the movie. He's like, it's gonna be darker, it's gonna be broodier, it's gonna explore the relationship between Bruce and Alfred. And then we have Zoe Kravitz saying that she's putting in all this dedication and hard work to be Catwoman. And then we have the guy, I don't remember his name, the one that plays Commissioner Gordon. We're gonna get a different
right. Yeah.
We're gonna get a different Batman, and it's gonna be, a different type of film. And then we have Robert Pattinson, the Batman, the guy that's playing Bruce Wayne, Batman, come out and be like, I don't want to fucking work out.
Yeah, it's like
really? Like your co-stars are talking this movie up, and you're like, I don't care. I don't want to work out. It sets a really bad precedent. Okay, it's just a really bad precedent. Don't fucking tell me that shit.
No, I mean like to play devil's advocate, I hate working out myself, but we're
not gonna be fucking Batman and Catwoman and all this crap.
If I got paid millions of dollars to work out, you bet my ass would be at the gym every day, pretty much. To make
John Jones, Andy Serkis lies, precious. I love
Precious.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis is so good. Andy Serkis is so good. This is another reason why I was a little bit concerned about this movie too, is because, and I haven't seen a lot of what Robert Pattinson. I will fully admit that. Mostly, I can't look at him. He weirds me out. But Andy Serkis is brilliant. Colin Farrell has his moments. I don't even know who else is in the movie at this point. But what's her bucket? Zoe Kravitz? Nah, not that good of an actress, honestly. Like, she is so below everybody else in this movie. Even the guy that got his Gordon, whose name escapes me at the moment, is a really good actor.
Yeah.
They're all just on this level. And Robert Pattinson fans and people who have seen him and anything else have said that as well. So I trust your opinion. I haven't watched him personally. He's not somebody I follow. I get it. Zoe Kravitz. She is not memorable. She basically probably mostly got the job because of her dad and her stepdad and also her mom. And also she just she's not that memorable as an actress. And it just, I don't know. And now all this comes out and like, really?
Yeah. Well, I think he was giving an interview, so it's like
he was giving an interview.
He was giving an interview, so, and he's still on the diet. He's still doing what he's supposed to do. But I'm like, just stop your bitching. No one likes this. No one likes the situation.
That's not a good thing if he's still on his diet, but
no, it's not, because Ryan's extremely right. If you're intaking however many calories you need to intake, and even Zachary Levi, which a lot of people complained about the way he looked, but as a fan of his, I know how not scrawny, but how lanky he was versus what he was for Shazam. It's a huge difference if you're a follower of his. He's not on the Rock's level of calories. He was on a good probably 5,000 calories a day. And he still had to lift all that. So if Robert Pattinson is going through that diet and he's eating at the minimum the 5,000 calories a day, which is what Zachary Levi was on, and you're not lifting the weights, you're not burning, you're not running, you're not throwing your house around something, that you are going to go. And that's just basically for anybody, but holy cow, especially somebody who struggles to put on muscle mass anyway. I struggle with weight in general. Like, me eating 5,000 calories a day is not a wise decision for me personally. You know what I mean? It's just, you can't just be doing that diet and not doing anything. Don't watch it, Jerron. It's terrible.
Well, actually, Steph and I contemplated doing a drunk watch party.
Yeah.
Because I've only seen the first one, and the first one I was like, yeah, it's Vegan Vampires, one and done. I'm not going to watch the other three or whatever they are.
And he doesn't have to get bulky. He doesn't have to get, massive like Ben Affleck did. He probably physically can't. And that's fine. But at the very least, you need to look the part. Like, even Robert Downey Jr., who was 40, 45, about Zachary Levi's age at the time of Iron Man, you could see a huge difference in that man. He got bigger this way. Like, he filled out. He was man. He was a man. You could see the muscles when he's melting the metal. You could see his vein and all that. So even if he didn't have the 6-pack abs and he didn't have the big, huge pectorals, he had definition. You could see him.
Yeah.
Like, you believe him as a superhero. You could
Mhm.
believe it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, cool. So, and Robert, when you're lanky like that, Levi had the same problem. Pattinson's going to have the same problem. You have to, if you're going to commit to something like this, you have to at least make it look like you're trying. Like, you're getting paid however many thousands of dollars to sit at home in your mansion in London or loft in London.
Mhm.
You have food being delivered to you. I know you do. You have food being delivered and catered to you. Go run, for frack's sake. Go find Henry Cavill and go
No,
run.
don't-
He runs all the time.
Don't run. Don't run if you're not
Whatever.
listening.
Yeah, you know,
Don't
go
run
work
if you're
out with
not
Henry
listening.
Cavill. Henry Cavill hasn't been having a problem. If anything, Henry Cavill's maintained his huge muscle mass that he put on for Geralt.
Mhm.
The man is huge. You know, he
Yeah.
went to the Rock's trainer, so I mean that's kind of a little bit biased, but the Rock's
Well,
trainer.
So he's like no, like, you know, like he has like no real confirmation that he's gonna be Superman again or anything like that.
No.
He was waiting for production to resume again on The Witcher, but he's maintaining his shape
Yep.
because he knows
Yep.
because of the roles he has taken, he could be asked anytime
And
or
look at
cast
Chris
anytime.
Hemsworth.
It's
Hemsworth has
funny.
maintained the Thor body. Now, Hemsworth is not done being Thor, but he didn't know that when Avengers Endgame came out.
We're showing
You
up.
know what I mean? He thought he was done, and then all of a sudden, no, we want to do more Thor movies. Okay, but he kept the physique. Chris Pratt has even, he fluctuates, but for the most part, he's not back at Andy Dwyer weight.
No.
He keeps it. He keeps it because if you want to maintain that healthy and you want to come back as these roles and you think it's going to be a killer for you, then you are going to put the work in. So that tells me, on top of all of this, that Robert Pattinson, it's a one and done for him. It's a paycheck for him, which is fine. But obviously, you don't care enough. Yeah, exactly, Epime. Exactly. He's painting these little teeny tiny little.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram, but he painted like these.
Yeah, I know. I see him doing that.
He's such a nerd. Like, he's so sexy, but he's such a nerd. I love it.
I know.
nerd. Oh
I
my
see
God.
him doing
I don't
that.
know. It drives me insane. And I just discovered a gym in my workplace. I was telling Steph earlier today, our upstairs loft has all of this gym equipment. I don't know where it came from, but your girl is going to start maybe next week getting up early and going to work before work to work out. So that
Don't get jealous, Ryan.
Fucking.
I had no idea this was all here. Otherwise, I would have been doing it this whole time. But I haven't been. So
Yeah.
It makes me so fucking mad.
come here. Come to me, Ryan. I'll let you in the building.
Can't. I have to fucking work.
Work from home.
Tugs is an answer for everything.
Well, and I think that one like misconception we had yesterday, like, he's still in good, like he is in good shape. Like Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson is in good shape, and no one's saying that, but he looks like he's ready to play. He looks like he's ready to play Nightwing. He doesn't look like he's ready to play Batman. Like
No.
that's
Not quite, no.
and that's the difference. And
Yeah.
he could play Spider-Man right now. He could play Spider-Man, but he's not ready to play Batman. That's the issue I have with his look right now.
Mhm.
I'm not saying he's not in good shape, but
Yeah.
Someone
He's
like
always
that-
been he's always been in good shape. He's always been, very tall, very lanky.
he's always been
And-
very
and- and the-
tall. Yes.
Yeah. Very tall, yeah. In the interview he gave, like he mentioned Twilight and he said the one time that I had to take my shirt off, they told me to put it back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It's
he
CGI.
didn't have fucking abs. And I
Yeah.
remember that was like a huge deal back then.
They had to
But-
CGI his muscles on in Twilight.
Yeah. You know who else had to have CGI muscles on that I will never forget because I hate this movie so very much?
Who?
Nicolas Cage in Ghost Rider.
Oh, I believe
Really?
it.
Oh.
Yeah, CGI muscles, yeah.
I don't
He's
remember
so
him even taking
forgettable.
his shirt off.
Yes.
Yeah.
When he first becomes the Ghost Rider at the next day, I think it's the next day in the movie, he is discovering like, oh, he's got super speed, whatever his powers are. And he gets home and he like takes off his shirt. It's kind of like Spider-Man where he takes off his shirt and looks in the mirror and is like, what?
Yeah.
He's like flexing. And Nicolas Cage is not a small man. So the arm definition is there. Like that I totally believe. But the whole theater, we all started laughing because he looked in the mirror and he had like these six packs, like I'm talking Gerard Butler looking abs. And every single person in the theater was like, okay, that's not real. That was so bad. It was the funniest thing. Poor Nick Cage. That was gonna be your Superman, y'all. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was like, I'm just looking at that going, like, thank God he wasn't. I mean, I love Nicolas Cage. Especially love him for the memes, but
Mhm.
thank God he wasn't Superman. Thank God. Just like the actors you think of, like who could have potentially been certain roles, and you're just basically, praising whatever entity made made them change the decision from like the one actor or actress to another actor or actress because you can't see them ever doing that, like another role or something like that. But we are now hour and 5 minutes. I think like basically I wasn't planning on being on for long, just roast Sony, kind of roast Robert Pattinson basically. I guess is he 6'2", 6'3"? I know he's pretty tall.
I don't know how.
I don't know exactly.
Something like that, yeah.
Generation Productions, thank you for showing up. Sorry, it's been a little over an hour. Like I said, like basically just to talk about Hangout, chill, roast Sony, roast Robert Pattinson a little bit, and basically clarify that we are not comparing him to other Batmans.
No, and his acting is fine for as far as I know. I mean, again, I'm watching things.
Just stop complaining. People, when you have people not even knowing if they can go back to work, and you still have a job as soon as you have the guidelines, I'm like, zip it.
I swear, one person was like, "Stop body shaming him. He doesn't have to work out if he doesn't want to." Nobody
He
said
does. That's the role he signed up for.
Like, fuck, dude, are you kidding me?
30 years ago, maybe not. Okay. But
That was the other thing. Like, people were like, well, Michael Keaton wasn't jacked. Yeah, fucking John Wayne didn't work out either when he did his movies. It was believable back then that some fat piece of shit could be a fucking hero in these westerns. That's not the fucking world we live in.
Like, body standards have changed so much over the last 60 years. Anyway, you cannot. That's so asinine to me. Like, Adam West was in shape. Christopher Reeve even was in shape. They weren't ripping with muscles, but nobody was back then. Nobody. No. The first person to do that, I think, was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Look at Olympian.
He was the catalyst for like the muscle.
Yeah, he was like the first one. And then once he came in, it was him. And then Sly Stallone got popular about the same, little bit before. And Sly Stallone saw how Arnold was doing with the muscles. And Sly Stallone, it was the two of them that started that whole muscular roar thing that we all saw in the 80s. And then the superhero thing, that wasn't in the 90s. It wasn't in the 80s. It wasn't in the 90s until Marvel. Yeah. Marvel started that with Captain America. Chris Evans was the first one to go wham. And everybody was like, okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Go back to like the 80s and look at like Olympians, look at like professional athletes and how they looked back then. They didn't look like they do now. Training has evolved, and that makes sense when you look at world records in sports. Specifically talk about the Olympics and see how they keep getting broken every year because our training methods get better and better and better. And our ability to improve the human body gets better and better and better over time. That's just the fucking story. Like, you look at a guy like Mark Spitz, who back in the 70s and 80s was a god of swimming. And then you look at Michael Phelps and you think, God, Mark Spitz is a fucking bitch compared to Michael Phelps, but they were doing the same thing. It's a different era. We have different standards for the body. And if those guys could have looked like that back then, they probably would have.
Yeah. But the knowledge wasn't there. And it wasn't a thing that people were looking to do anyway. You know, it just.
Yeah.
And even way back when in Hollywood, since I grew up on classic films, Burt Lancaster, very much in shape. I wouldn't exactly say he was packing a six-pack or anything like that, but he was very much in shape because he had prior training as an acrobat in the circus. So he kept his body in shape. But if you were to look at him and then compare him to how like Chris Evans looked as Captain America and Thor looked as Captain America, you'd think, well, he can't possibly be in shape, but he was. He did his own stunts, or at least.
Well, there's a difference between your natural muscle, your natural lean muscle. Like Ryan is a natural lean muscle. Like, he works out and he maintains it, but he's a natural look. He has a natural look. What the Hemsworth and the Pratts and the Evanses and the Rock especially does is a step above that.
Like a million steps.
Like sized. He doesn't have to look like The Rock. We're not saying that, but he should at the very least put some effort into it to at the very least look like I'm trying to think of a lean like
Did
Johnny
you see
Johnny
the
as the Punisher.
Yeah.
He's not a big hulking guy, but he's cut. Thomas Jane as the Punisher was this lean cut guy. What's his Bucky who plays Daredevil? Lean and cut.
Yeah.
That's what you need. That's what you need, that muscle, because otherwise you just look like a freaking flopster running around, and the Joker, Jared Leto's Joker, is going to sit on you and win.
Yeah.
Jared Leto is perfect. Actually, Jared Leto is a great example. Jared Leto is not this big raw guy, but you look at him in Suicide Squad especially. Look at that muscle. Holy crap.
Yeah.
He worked his butt off.
Yeah, like you can do it. Yes, like
okay.
it sucks. I guess it sucks. That's the only thing you can do, sort of situation, because of the situation we're in. But I'm like, you're getting millions of dollars for this role, and you're like, as soon as it's done, you can go back to not wanting to work out. That's all we're saying. That's pretty much all we're saying.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Did
sorry.
you see the Bounding into Comics article?
Yes. Luke
The one-
way up.
Did you see it? The
Which
Batman that he was comparing himself to is the George Clooney one.
No, I haven't seen the Bounding into Comics articles.
Matt Bomber, the look Patterson needs to go for.
I love
Boomer, yeah. Boomer, yeah.
I liked him in White Collar.
Yeah.
That show on USA. I really liked
Yeah.
him.
Like you're saying, it's like the lean muscle, the athletic build. You know, we're not exactly expecting muscular. We just want lean muscle, natural muscle.
I want it to be believable. His stunt double looks bigger than he does right now.
Yeah.
So if we go
Like
from a tiny ass skinny Robert Pattinson to him being in the suit, you know,
He's not skinny. He's fit. He's fit.
he's fit. I'm not saying he's super fucking skinny.
Well, we has to look like he could take on the villains in this movie, pretty much. And if it looks like that Penguin can take him, then you have a problem.
Yeah.
What is that?
He said the penguin could take him. That'd be funny.
The Penguin could take him. You have a problem.
And we all know
In this
Colin
movie,
Farrell is a
Colin
fall down
Farrell is
drunk,
the
so
Penguin.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. And like I said, we're like past the hour mark, and I wanted to do this because, like I said in my tweet, that I feel like now, until pop culture news and other sites kind of pick up on the topics, it's easier to set up live streams now and just hang out and discuss these topics versus pulling out one video every other day thereabouts on this. So
Paula.
One video every other day. Right?
at least depending on the news, if I'm lucky at this point.
yeah, there's not a lot going on.
Sorry.
Apollo said Dave Filoni can take him.
Dave Filoni could take him. I would believe that.
I was excited about the Percy Jackson announcement today. Nobody watched my video about it, but
Percy Jackson? I don't pay attention to the Percy Jackson
I
books.
didn't watch. I haven't had the time to watch a video.
To watch what?
To watch Ryan's video.
Oh,
I haven't had the time. My bad. Everybody in chat,
Yeah,
go watch Ryan's video.
go watch him.
That is your. Let's.
it's actually me
Wait,
being
let
like reasonably excited about something too.
I know.
Like,
Look, he's so excited about it. Oh my gosh! Now you can't watch it. You have to go watch it now.
The Oz. I really
We're all gonna go watch it.
yeah. I haven't been watching.
it.
I haven't been really been watching any of the DC shows on the CW. Having basically grown up with what the CW does to their shows, I did not trust them in the slightest.
if you want to watch a show about Superman and Lois Lane, I'm going to recommend to you this a little show called Lois and Clark: The Adventures of Superman, 1992 to like 6, 97.
Roughly, I grew up on that. That's what you watch.
That's the show you watch if you want to watch Lois and Clark.
Yeah, do not watch the cucked Superman and Feminist Lois.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way, the new Superman on the CW, the one thing he does have going for him, which I have to admit, is the bootay. So if you like the bootay, then
No, not even the booty. Sorry, Tugs.
Other than that,
Not even the booty. Mm-mm.
Dean Cain,
Oh,
Dean Cain, Terry
Dean
Hatcher.
Mm-hmm.
he is Taylor
There you go.
Hawk.
There you go.
Taylor Hockner, is that what his name is? I think the
Something like
CW
that.
Superman.
Hockner.
He's a fucking bitch. I don't know anything about the guy, but I know his Superman is a fucking bitch. He deserves to get kryptonite shoved straight up his ass and fucking die. Fuck CW Superman.
Honestly, I'm sad. I'm sad that he was picked for a CW Superman because I don't necessarily mind his look or anything like that. I know people were, Smallville was good too. Smallville got a little weird.
It got a little weird near the end.
Yeah, I don't know.
It started good. I mean, the CW, like, credit.
Please.
They start well for most of
Oh
their
my
stuff.
god!
No.
What?
You came so close. Mara, you came so close to freezing like this.
Sorry. I said, it lasted this long, but like I said, CW shows, to their credit, like at least when I was growing up on them, started out well, and then just, I don't know what happens. They just lose their mojo, lose their whatever motivation they have, and it just gets weird.
Well, CW started out as WB. Remember, it was Warner Brothers? Warner Brothers TV. And they were so good. Supernatural, top notch. Smallville, amazing. Buffy, wow. And then it got bought by whatever CW is, and everything went.
Yeah, pretty much. Like they were good. They could do good shows. And now it's like, okay, what agenda can we insert in this episode for this week?
True.
Yep.
Well, and the first couple seasons of Arrow were fucking phenomenal.
Yes!
The first couple seasons,
they got too busy trying to build the Arrowverse.
they started thinking that quantity was better than quality. Like that's what they did. They started off as these grounded shows, right? Even Barry Allen's Flash is a pretty grounded superhero show. When you think about like the types of mystical shit they were dealing with, it was just like the Speed Force, just a dude who could fucking run fast, right? And then it became, there's all these fucking metahumans everywhere. And then Arrow became, there's actually a million fucking vigilantes that all know who Oliver Queen is while he is the mayor of something. And he's basically just getting fucking, getting pegged by Felicity every fucking night. It became something it shouldn't have been.
I hated when he was the mayor.
There are like CW still like, I have one guilty pleasure show on CW that I know it's fucking a terrible show. And it's totally full of fucking woke, like agenda-driven shit. The 100, I really like.
I watched that show.
I really like The 100. I wish I didn't.
Show.
I fucking hate myself for liking that. But I do like that show. But that's why, like Percy Jackson, I even said in my video, I'm ashamed that I like the Percy Jackson series because those books, when they came out, were definitely meant for like younger people than me. But I really enjoyed them. I enjoyed how it was like Harry Potter, but Greek mythology. That's what it felt like, basically. And it matured along with the character in terms of storytelling. And I fucking hated that movie so much. I hated the movie because it wasn't anything like the book, and it ruined any potential of them going forward. Then they tried to do the sequel, but it didn't make any sense. And so I even though it's on Disney Plus, and I'm sure it's going to be full of fucking woke shit, I'm at least hesitantly hopeful for Percy Jackson because I really like those books, and I think it deserves to be in a TV series format. Is the best way to tell that.
Batwoman did start off trash. She was trash in the crossover.
She was trash from the very beginning.
Which is I guess a shame because you had the ideal character that checked off certain boxes for these people. You had a female superhero and you had a lesbian superhero. So it's like they had two boxes they could have checked with this character and they still decided to make it a trash show. I'm like, you had it going for you right there with those two things.
Yep.
And I love your kitty.
Yes, it's Bruce.
Bruce? Brucey?
Yes, it's Bruce.
But
excuse me.
But we are now at an hour and 20 minutes.
Sorry.
I mean, like, this is what happens when nerds talk. We start, like, segueing to another conversation, then we just pick back up again. So I love it, but it's a little after 10 o'clock my time. So I figure I will start out with My Nerdy Home. Let everybody know about your channel, where they can find you, and what your channel's about, all that good stuff.
You can find me here on YouTube at My Nerdy Home and on Twitter and Instagram.
Go watch the live
yeah.
stream I was on with her yesterday where we do talk about what Robert Pattinson said. Get her watch time up, start looping those live stream hours, and get her to start making videos.
I know.
Start making videos. And Tugs, let everybody know what channel you're associated with and where they can find you.
I'm on Twitter. Did I do it right? I did.
You did.
This year. And then I'm also on, if you search Park Hoppin' Geeks and Gamers. Hold on, I'll put links in the chat for everybody.
I'll put links. I'll put links.
And
sorry.
Forbidden Ruin, I know the longer I go, the more review time I get, but it's like a little after 10 o'clock at night. I've been up
old and tired.
Yeah. But I'm going to be doing more live streams if my internet holds out. Like I said that because it's easier than doing a video when there's like nothing happening and maybe not getting the views for that.
Low effort Mara. That's what you guys heard.
Mara Pattinson.
Yeah.
I don't want to do videos in quarantine.
There's nothing to talk about. Come on.
There really is nothing to talk about.
I'm sorry.
Ryan always finds something, but whatever. I prefer doing live streams anyway.
Lethal!
5 more minutes?
5 more minutes? Oh, does that mean you can?
Oh,
that's all. I think he's saying that 5 minutes is all it takes for him to come. Oh,
Why are you so up now?
Are you in bed, Lethal?
What?
Lethal.
No, I am not. I'm behind Mickey Mouse. I'm in front of Mickey Mouse.
Nice.
Hey, leave Mickey alone. He didn't do anything.
Are you bent over?
Yeah.
Well, I'm hearing
There's not much you could do with that position.
Are you backing up into Mickey?
Is that me?
No, I don't know.
Oh god, there's fucking construction going on, dude. I've had a cunt of a morning.
Oh,
a cunt of a morning.
What happened?
Yeah.
Cunt of the morning to you.
Cunt of a morning. Cunt of a morning. Crash morning.
Uh-oh.
Tell us about it.
Was it the Wookiees?
Oh, Wookiees suck. Nah, it's fucking just shit. Bank shit and all types of shit. Everything's shit.
Uh-oh.
No, everything's gonna suck now.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, are you drunk?
Who's drunk?
Lethal sounds drunk.
Yeah.
I think Lethal's drunk. Are you drunk?
Ryan, put your hair right here. Put your head right here.
Oh my god.
Got the hair. Guys like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
He shakes his head, but you guys like that.
Yeah.
Emo Ryan.
About guys is the
Emo Ryan.
Yeah.
What, Lethal?
The emo.
Who's that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Lethal. Lethal, fucking, what are you talking about?
You're emo.
He gave it up for the Wookiee. Up for the
Wookiee.
I don't remember how the rest of that song goes.
I'm actually an edgy goth kid.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
hair?
according to that tweet,
No, put it up here.
40 or you're an edgy goth or an edgy teen.
Oh, wait.
No,
There
you're failing. There you go.
But I'm sorry you had a trash morning. Yeah, my afternoon was pretty much trash.
Trash.
Yeah. But it is what it is. Like tomorrow, businesses are technically opening up, but I don't know exactly what the.
Are the businesses trash?
No, they're actually not trash. They're actually businesses I want to open up.
Except for the gym.
But I don't know what they're calling it the yellow phase, and I don't know with that like what.
So let me get this straight. They're calling something during Chinese virus. Calling it yellow.
Oh my god! Hold on.
How did we miss that?
I don't know. But
Hold on.
Calling it.
I have breaking news.
What?
Share my screen.
Oh no, I don't want to. Oh god.
Oh come on!
What the fuck? Put it back on.
No. I froze for like a second. Yeah, well, got it.
1 second is all it takes.
Oh God.
Jen,
1 second.
I didn't even know you were in here.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
was. You was.
1 second, you're gonna get sniffed by Joe. That's all it takes. I don't know if you're rolling your eyes because you like it or because you don't.
No, because I don't. I got creepy Joe Biden behind me. You think I was creepy Uncle Joe?
Oh my god.
I went to the pool and the kids they'd run their hands up and down my hairy legs and they turn blonde in the sun.
Oh no! Oh no!
I follow this girl on Twitter. Her name is Nicole Arbor.
Yeah,
She's
she's
hot.
funny.
She made a Joe Biden filter. It's the funniest.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Oh my god.
It's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that shit's funny. I've been following her too.
Me
She's
too.
pretty
Yeah,
funny.
forever.
She wears a lot of robes, Lethal. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, she
She's
does.
probably
She's
hot.
stunning. She's
Don't
freaking
you
cool.
dare, Apollo.
It's probably just between porn shots. She's wearing a robe.
Cock meat.
You would like her, Nicole, actually. She's right up your alley.
I'll be right up her alley.
Yeah, I knew it. That's why I said that.
Yeah, she'd get it.
Yeah,
Yeah, she'd get it.
Oh, dear Christ.
I gotta retweet it now.
No, don't you dare.
Oh yeah.
Oh
dare.
shit! Absolutely, I accidentally did it.
Do it.
Oh, actually,
Oh my
It did it
god.
automatically. I don't know what happened.
actually did it on purpose.
Well, that means it should be near the top. There it is, and I'll retweet that.
Oh God. All right. Well, I'm never gonna live that down. So
Nope.
pretty much. But to continue the good nights, Ryan, let everybody know about your channel.
You can find me at Ryan Kinnell, RK Outpost, or you can search Ryan Kinnell, or you can search RK Outpost on YouTube, and you'll find me. I've also got a live channel where I archive a bunch of my live streams. I'm at like 650 subscribers, trying to get that up to 1,000 so that I can, get monetized there. So if I get nuked off my channel, I'll still be there. Yeah, and you could search for me at Ryan Kinnell on Twitter. I don't know if you'll find me because my handle is Kinnell Ryan, because the only other fucking Ryan Kinnell in the world is some bitch-ass, punk-ass motherfucker from Louisiana who never uses his fucking Twitter, but he has that handle. So,
All right then.
I think Ryan has a little bit of pent-up aggression about that.
yeah, fuck that dude. It's the only other dude in the world that has my name. Only other dude in the world I've found that has the name Ryan Kinnell.
Yeah.
Huh?
Maybe you guys are related.
No, maybe we're polar opposites, and he's a fucking bitch. That's what I think.
Yeah, for a while, I was going on Facebook looking at everyone that had the same name as me, and I was sending them messages saying there can be only one.
Oh, God.
The only one.
I'm gonna look for him right now. Actually, start spamming with "Give me my fucking handle."
Lethal.
The answer to your question, where did you go, James Moore, is Faith. Faith is the best character in the Buffy and Angel series. Don't even at me. 5 by 5, baby. 5 by 5.
I guess you can just search for Ryan Kinnell, and I'm relevant enough you can find me, so that works.
Yeah, I go with
right now.
I go
Ryan.
with Faith. Although,
Oh yeah, you pop up. You're the first person that popped up.
That's good.
Twitter,
Well-
Instagram, and IMDb.
Yeah, I do have an IMDb page. I don't know who the fuck makes it, but somebody has an IMDb page of all my different appearances on Geeks and Gamers and Sports Wars
What?
and EFAP. Yeah, I have an IMDb page. I don't know why.
You guys
Who's making that?
on.
in
I
the,
know
in the private chat.
I have zero idea who did it. But it's pretty. It's not comprehensive, but there's a lot in there.
That is
Wow.
awesome.
Oh my
Add a
god.
photo. Known
What's
for Sports Wars, RKO Post, Geeks and Gamers, and EFAP.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
That is
That's
so
me.
funny.
Oh my god! It says you're an executive producer on Sports Wars. I want an IMDb channel that says executive producer Park Hoppin. What the heck?
Can I
Holy
show you
cow.
something on that? I almost thought I saw Tugs on there. I'm not joking. Hold up, let me show you.
What? On
Oh.
IMDb?
It's like
Yeah.
Set director,
he's gonna pull up
a set director, and sound
I
department.
was scrolling down. I was scrolling down, and real quickly, I thought that was Tugs.
Oh,
Uh,
that's Luther Bucket. I love her. Oh my
You
God.
know, one time
I
at band camp.
All I can look at is the dude right below her. And wondering like how much further the first chin can get away from the second.
I want to know more about.
That show was bananas.
I want to know more about when Tugs was at band camp.
I went to band camp.
I was never at band camp, but I was at dance camp.
I was at band camp 4 years in a row.
Nerd.
I was at cheer camp. High five time.
You guys can suck my dick, fucking all-state trombone player. Fuck y'all.
All right, ready?
Yeah. All right.
Bad.
Do you want to? I'll one up all of you.
Ah.
When I was in school,
you guys retarded.
When I was in school, there was like a chess tournament for like all like the surrounding schools, and I was the only person from my school that signed up. So I went there by myself, representing a whole school, and I won 5 out of 7 matches. Fuck them bitches.
Holy crap! Look at you.
Fucking loser. Why didn't you win 7 out of 7?
Because the other 2 were fucking crazy motherfuckers.
Oh,
probably getting beaten by their parents. You play better. Whack.
I got forced to do chess club at one point. I don't know if it was in elementary school or middle school, but so I just showed up and I just forfeited every time. I'd show up to the fucking match I was supposed to and I just knocked my king down. Fucking
yeah, it's because you're a bitch, man. You knock over your king, you surrender your queen to be fucking pillaged by the entire team. No,
yeah, I didn't give a fuck, dude. I did not give a fuck about. I didn't give a fuck about chess. I hated being there.
Oh my god!
That's like the only thing I never tried at. Are you guys gonna actually respond to that or just laugh?
I said no.
I'm just gonna laugh.
Yeah.
Trash.
Well, lethal. Even though
lethal.
Give
yeah.
me one on my cheek.
Does that work?
So she stuck her tongue in your ear, Steph.
It looked it looked like one of those Apollo memes with the tongue.
Oh my god, you stuck it out and he's gonna grab it now.
Yeah.
Oh good lord!
I think we can make a porno thumbnail out of that.
Yeah.
Artistic Lego film says I was at concentration camp.
Holy shit. That's some South Park level humor.
Oh my god.
Teresa says she was all state orchestra and choir. That's awesome.
That is
awesome.
She spelt perfect wrong.
What?
She's perfect.
Perfect.
He's flirting with Teresa.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Anyway, Lethal, since you were like late, even though I dropped the link like an hour and a half ago, let everybody know where they can find you.
You will find me somewhere in the middle of a bed between Mara, Tugs, and Steph. That's where you'll find me.
Also in that bed is not me. So
bullshit. We have photographic proof of you sticking your tongue out.
Apollo, do your thing.
No, don't do it, Apollo. I have a reputation.
I can see saliva dripping out of Steph's ear.
He's already gone. He's gone. He's not even in the chat. He's gone.
You know what that means is he's working on the meme.
Yeah.
He's working on the meme. I got memed. You're gonna get memed.
I know.
Oh, God forbid I ever get memed.
What?
I tried so hard.
Oh, God forbid I ever get memed.
It's never happened before.
Pastor,
I got memes.
I wasn't complaining. I'm just saying I got memed. Like you're gonna get memed. He's gonna like
they're multiplying.
So
Apollo gave me a nice little meme. So cute.
Make me a nice meme, Apollo, for the love of God, please.
Nice meme. What is this talk?
He's not. If you see the memes he does of me in the Discord chat, he put Dave Filoni behind me. He puts Joe Biden behind me.
Me too.
I've seen him put Neil Druckmann in a cave with Osama bin Laden and call him ISIS.
Yeah, I saw him with putting like his face on a terrorist face, but giving him a Hitler stash. So it worked. But at any rate, going on for over an hour and a half. Thank you guys. It was just like hanging out and roasting.
He's
Sony.
in the chat with tongues.
I see him. I'm ignoring him.
Yeah.
No, not Neff. Apollo.
No,
Neff
but
Alice.
this is directed at you, Lethal. Behave, you dreaded bludger. Yes.
Apollo's sticking his tongue out.
I know. I see that. See?
Yeah, leave that one up.
No, not.
Pastor G put us in Animal Crossing. I hope not me. Don't desecrate me like that. Put me in a Nintendo game.
Oh
Oof.
my god.
He did that with my picture. It's like a picture on his wall for his Animal Crossing.
Aww.
That is, I mean,
I've been trying to say goodnight for the past 20 minutes.
Wait, hold up.
Fucking on the stream.
We have been memed. The meme is complete.
Oh god.
Oh.
I'm scared.
Screen share it, Mara.
Don't screen share.
Look at her face. It's exasperation.
Oh no.
Well, screen share what?
The
You're not-
meme.
Lethal, are you screen sharing?
I thought
Yeah.
she was going to do it. Oh my god.
No.
woman. Fucking
I
hell.
thought you were doing it.
She doesn't know what
that's
you're
we
talking
thought.
about.
Yeah. She's
I don't know
not
what you're
looking
talking
at
about,
it.
Lethal.
Of course she doesn't know. It's a female brain.
Scotty doesn't
Oh my
know.
god.
I'm
Share
ready.
it, you little blubber.
So don't tell Scotty.
Don't tell Scotty.
There you go. Oh fuck.
Look at the arms. What the fuck?
Ew,
Yeah,
they're so
like-
tiny.
Doesn't that
Her
look like
eyes are rolling into the back of her head from pure satisfaction.
No, oh come on. That's even wrong even for me. Come on.
Oh my god.
Oh
Like
my
I'm
God.
following
No.
the emojis.
He says,
Clapping for
ha.
himself.
He says, ha ha, clap, tongue.
Yeah.
I'm not
No.
the only one with a tongue coming. I hope you got that, Apollo, because if I get tongue memed, he's got to get tongue memed too.
I didn't
Yeah.
stick my tongue out.
Yeah, you did. I watched you.
He's gonna get tongue meme.
I watched you.
Apollo, don't tongue me.
That sounds weird.
I'm finding a mess up picture of Ryan and putting him in Animal Crossing and putting the picture. Find Pixel Ryan. Put that picture up.
Oh, or Tongue Ryan. Tongue Ryan.
Yeah.
What, Ryan?
Tongue,
Tongue
Ryan.
Ryan.
God. That'll be for when I get partner verified on Twitch.
Hey,
Oh
Lethal,
my God.
congratulations on your F them Wookiees emote, by the way.
Yeah, that one's allowed, but I can't have simp.
What if you spelled it
Yeah.
differently? Like SYMP.
I feel like they'd know what the intention is because it sounds the same.
You know, my fuck Baby Yoda meme didn't get approved. My fuck Baby Yoda emote, and it was censored. It was F*CK Baby Yoda, and it didn't get approved. So I had to. Yeah.
My fuck them Wookiees
You
did.
had to spell out the
What the
word.
fuck?
That's funny.
It's because they know Wookiees are trash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they know Wookiees are trash. The
Based
one
in
redeeming
red pill.
quality.
Or the
Based
person
in
who
red pill
approved it
Twitch.
doesn't know what a Wookiee is.
That's funny.
Red pill Twitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like at least you shared the simp picture on Twitter so we can use it at least there. And I feel like we're going to have like plenty of like chances to use it with that. Like all the betas they're going to be coming out defending Naughty Dog and Last of Us Part 2 and everything like that. So
Simp.
yep. But on that note, going on an hour and 40 minutes. Been trying to for the past 20 minutes. But thank you all for showing up on a Thursday evening. It was kind of a last minute decision for me. I'm thankful that at least my internet held out for.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, despite the moment where I froze and you got it, you asses. But thank you very much for memeing me. I very much appreciate you all showing up. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything tomorrow, but I'm going to be doing the live stream, hopefully with Lethal Lightning on Saturday.
Yes.
10 p.m. my time, right, Lethal? So it works for you?
I don't know what your time zones are.
Nerdy and illegal.
Okay. We've known each other how long, and I've told you the time zone differences every time. But
I don't fucking know your times. I don't know any of your time zones.
Yeah, that's not true, Lisa. You know mine. You know I'm Pacific. You know mine very well. Don't lie. Don't front.
I know
I
Eastern.
didn't know. I ask you every single time. I go, wait, how many hours is this, Ryan?
You just verify it, but you
Yeah.
usually know.
And I've told
I have a rough
told you
idea.
I'm
I
Eastern
don't know.
Standard Time.
Mhm.
Yes, I told you I'm Eastern Standard Time. I've even calculated the time zone difference for you.
Your country's time zones are trash.
They are trash. We
Yeah,
need-
no. You motherfuckers go by 30-minute time zones over
Yeah.
there. I know
Yeah.
fucking you and Callum are off by
That's
30
true.
fucking minutes, you weirdos.
Yeah. Because
Well, we do
we're
need
like
to get rid
correct.
of. We
You
need to get
fuckers,
rid of like daylight savings time, all that shit.
you fuckers don't use 0 as a freezing point in temperature. If that's not retarded, I don't know what is.
It's just because y'all can't fucking remember enough
Yeah.
to know otherwise.
Yeah.
That's the fucking problem.
It's simple. 0 done. The beginning. It's frozen.
like
That's
you,
because
Fucking hell.
That's because it's not that cold. 32 degrees. That's freezing. 0 means it's really fucking cold. You got zero
Yeah.
chance of going outside if it's 0. That's what that means.
0 means frozen.
No.
Yes.
no.
And then 32
Yeah.
degrees. And then
No.
32 degrees Celsius is about like 94, like maybe 90 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. So
Something like
that's
that,
how I
yeah.
remember Celsius, because they're like 32 degrees. It's really hot, mate. So,
Have you heard Gary's impression?
of you, I've heard Australians. I've never heard the Australian.
I love when Gary does his impression. Oh, lethal lightning, mate. How you doing? Fucking hell, don't even sound like that.
Oh, really?
Look, when
Fucking
you
hell.
four talk, I can't. If you four all turned your pictures off and you all
Yeah,
talk, I
shut
couldn't
the
tell
fuck
who was
up.
who. You
Shut the
all
fuck
sound
up.
the same. All Americans
shut
sound the
No,
same.
don't.
No, we don't.
Yes, you do, Tugs.
What?
Wait, who was that?
Me.
Racist.
Oh my god.
It's true. It's what
All
it
right.
is.
On that,
Everyone in the chat's just saying goodnight because they're like,
Yeah.
fucking end this shit.
I know.
on that racist note, ladies and gentlemen,
Holy
good
crap.
night. Thank you for showing up and tune in 10 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 a.m. his time in the morning for the Nerdy and the Lethal this Saturday. So good night, everybody.
Fucking Americans.
Bye.
She left. We're still alive.
See, we're still alive, Mara.
Oh no.
Boomer.
Okay,
My internet
Boomer.
just went like that.
whatever
Say
you
good night.
say,
Good night.
Boomer.
Internet
went and
went
gooped
right
it.
there. Good night, everybody.
Any female brains and all that
Don't
kind of
close